Sholver Millennium Green has 25 acres of untouched land. If we look in every direction, we'll see trees, wild grasses, wildflowers. I noticed quite a few raspberries growing as I walked over this morning, which is very nice. Some of them still available to be picked and eaten. It was conceived, the Millennium Green, as in 1998, when the government of the day, Tony Blair's government, decided they would celebrate the millennium by allowing communities throughout the country to build greens for the purpose of leisure for the local residents, all of which were to be opened in the year 2000, and they were funded largely from the lottery fund. And there were a lot of Millennium Greens constructed across the country in the years, let's say 1998 to 2001, and this was one of them, and one of the biggest.
I'm Deborah. Me and Josephine, my next door neighbour, started up the allotment, got a grant for it. With the kind permission of the Millennium Trustees, we had the allotment built by Groundwork. We do struggle to fill them, believe it or not, to get people in to actually take over a plot. Yeah, it's quite puzzling really, because in other areas there's waiting lists and we just can't get the people to fill the plots. In fact, if we go down there we might find some apples maybe, pears, cherry tree. In these beds there's the cabbages, cauliflowers, potatoes, turnip, further over sweet corn, it looks like sprouts maybe, definitely squash. I'd love us to have either a greenhouse or we're going to have to get another shed. That goes without saying.
The idea of the Millennium Green was to provide a leisure space, a relatively wild leisure space with some nice facilities like this viewing area here, and there's a little amphitheatre down there, but a leisure space for residents of the Sholver Council estate.
I'm called Zelda. I use this space daily, walking my dogs. I'm a dog walker, so it's a perfect space. In the morning, if you go down to the bottom here generally, and on the bridle path further down, you will find the deers sometimes. If they're not too shy, they will come out and say hello. I think there's about 4 at the moment that are generally about, but yeah, and the birds that you find as well. Absolutely amazing. You feel something special when you see the deers out. You feel like you've done something.
I think when it was first conceived as a Millennium Green, the trustees, and I joined pretty soon after the trustees were formed, I don't think we conceived just how much work would be involved in maintaining it, and I don't think we realised the magnitude of the operation we were taking on. Having said that, it has worked. People walk their dogs. Every now and then we manage to get a grant out of one authority or another, and we construct or improve footpaths. The area on which we're now walking was owned by Oldham Council. It was wedged between top Sholver there, which was the one council estate, and bottom Sholver there, and this was the land in between, but the council owned it all, and the council in effect gifted it to the trustees of the Millennium Green for the purposes which we see before us now. Very generous of them, very kind of them. It also meant that they no longer had the responsibility for maintaining it, and I think that was another factor which encouraged their generosity. I've been a little disappointed that it hasn't been used as much as I would have liked it to have been used. One of the problems we've experienced is in maintaining and developing our plans for the green has been the lack of community involvement, to be perfectly honest. We've done our best. The community centre has a website, we ask people to come along, we have litter picks, and we haven't really had the response that we would have wanted. That is something we need to work on.